Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to the first edition of Ashland Tonight News of the semester. Today is Wednesday, September 12th, and here's a look at today's top stories.
Ashland County Commissioners are putting off the county's tax maps for another year. Find out why next.
Also, the city school board has over $36,000 wrapped up in legal fees. We'll find out more.
Ashland City is getting a hand on mosquito control. Stay tuned for more details.
And we'll get the scoop on Mr. Belding's visit to AU this past weekend. I'm Candace Kaczynski.
And I'm Rana Hamiyi, and you're watching Ashland Tonight in News for local coverage you care about. Stay tuned, it's all coming up next.
Ashland County Commissioners announced Monday they will put off digitizing Ashland County's tax maps until next year. The two-year project was originally estimated at $160,000, with $40,000 coming from the city of Ashland. However, the Commission still has a number of areas needing funds, which will total at least $500,000. The Commission needed to place the project on hold so that they would be sure to have the money originally allotted for the project. According to Commissioner Matt Miller, it is a worthwhile project, but the Commission feels they will be able to make a better decision at the end of this year.
The Ashland City Schools Board of Education has stopped $36,000 in legal fees this past July in order to address several major issues. According to a recent report, the board spent nearly $1,000 a day during the month of July while addressing inconsistencies in the board's process of rehiring retired employees. The board has already spent over $100,000 for the first 7 months of 2007, which surpasses the amount spent in all of 2006.
The city of Ashland will be spraying for mosquitoes both tonight and tomorrow night. Crews will begin spraying around 9 p.m. north of Main Street tonight and south of Main Street tomorrow night at the same time. The city is recommending that children, the elderly, and women who are pregnant avoid direct contact with the spray, which remains airborne for about 20 minutes. If you have questions or would like more information about the mosquito control program, please call 419-281-6817.
The board's favorite principal, Mr. Belding, visited AU last Friday. Ashland Tonight in News reporter Mike Hartz has the story.
I tell you you're stupid. Don't ever let anybody tell you no when you really believe in yourself, and you'll find other people that'll help you do what you got to get done.
Haskins also talked about his first acting job.
I did my very first TV show. I called my mother and said, "Hey, Mom, I did my first network TV show, but it's not going to last." It was The Dukes of Hazzard.
However, most of the evening centered around his role on the TV show Saved by the Bell.
Hey, what is going on here? I'm so excited. I'm so ecstatic. I'm so scared. It was no-dos. It was caffeine.
But perhaps the most entertaining part of the evening was the Saved by the Bell trivia session, which gave students a chance to participate in the program.
Hound dog. That is correct. I know who's first. I'm just gonna go ahead. Raise your arms again. Do the woo. Much better. Woo.
Haskins even stayed late after the program to sign autographs and take pictures with anyone who wanted them. Reporting for Ashland Tonight News, I'm Michael Hartz.
Coming up next, grocery shopping may not be so safe anymore.
But AU has a new emergency contact system. Stay tuned to learn more about it.
Salam.
Salam.
Hey, what?
Rita. Apa pa? Pa.
Mir. Shanti. Yep, Changyok di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Happy.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding around the world. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
This is a banana. This is a cat. This is fire. This is harmless and actually helpful to some people. Don't believe everything you hear. The fact is that every major health organization rejects smoked marijuana. Now that the smoke is cleared, discover truecompassion.org.
Everyone needs to have a great game plan to be successful. At a moment's notice, you and your family need to know what to do when a critical incident, severe weather, or natural disaster strikes. You can do your part by developing a successful game plan for your family. For an emergency checklist of tips on how to prepare your family, visit www.ready.ohio.gov.
The search continues for a man and woman who attempted to shoplift from Euler's Fresh Foods on Sunday. The unidentified couple was seen filling up a diaper bag with store merchandise. A store security guard approached the woman and a scuffle ensued. The man fled to the parking lot and flashed a handgun. They were seen leaving in a Toyota 4Runner with Georgia license plates. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Ashland Police Department at 419-289-3639.
Business is back to normal at the Hawkins Shopping Plaza after a bomb threat was called in last weekend. Police say that a call came into the Goodwill store and donation center around 1 p.m. The caller said there was a device inside the store. All stores in the plaza were vacated and searched by the Ashland Police Department and Ashland County Sheriff's Department. No devices were found in the plaza, and all stores reopened for business shortly after 2. Authorities are still investigating the incident.
Ashland University's Safety Services Department has an updated emergency contact system. The plan consists of a new feature which enables students and faculty members to be notified immediately in the event of an emergency. In partnership with E2 Campus, Ashland University's new emergency contact system allows students to be notified immediately about any emergency situations, school closings, severe weather advisories, and major event cancellations. Text message, notifications, and emails will be sent to faculty, staff, and students, and an alert will be posted on the Ashland University homepage. There are over 700 individuals that have signed up for the contact system. To register, fill out, and submit the form on Ashland's website.
Well, Lightning brought AU's first football game of the season with Grand Valley State to an abrupt end Saturday night. Officials spotted Lightning with about 7 minutes left in the second quarter and immediately ordered the players off the field. The game was postponed for some time before eventually being declared a no contest. Athletic Director Bill Goldring told WRDL's Tyler Miller that weather was not the only factor in their decision to cancel the game.
The teams would have needed a full warm-up because they've not been on the field. And of course the trainers are worried about injuries because they've cooled down. Now you've got to stretch and start the process over again.
The team's next game will be this weekend in Hillsdale, Michigan. Brian Vale will have more in his sports report in the show a little bit later.
Up next, Lee Gollop will have your 5-day forecast.
And Brian Vale will be here to heat things up with AU Sports. Don't go away.
Our children want to know everything about the world around them. And yet sometimes what they discover makes them feel vulnerable and insecure. In times like these, they need the comfort of an adult, the honesty of parents, and playtime to help them deal with their feelings and fears. Time that will literally heal their hearts. The gift of imagination allows children to see a better world. Playtime allows them a chance to practice creating it. Don't underestimate the power of play.
But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Welcome back. I'm Leland Gottlieb with your weather. I hope all of you enjoyed the nice weather. As you can see, the temperatures have been really gorgeous for this time of year with fall-like temperatures. You have to go well far south to see any hot weather. And this is all in association with a high-pressure system that's coming from the north with cold fronts on this current map that you can see. And to the west, we have very warm temperatures as well. All right, thank you very much. Sorry, we had some technical difficulty with the map. As you can see, there's a low pressure system off the coast. And this is the only precipitation we have in the whole U.S. right now. And as I was saying, we have high pressure dominating our weather, which is cool, sinking air and refreshing air. We have another cold front moving through the area, which we'll go through later in Friday. And one more thing I want to show you are the current dew points that we're seeing. As you can see, the dew points are in the 40s. Now, dew point measures the humidity, and it's generally in the 60s or higher if it's very humid. 40s is very uncommon, and that's very dry weather, and we will continue seeing this for the next few days. And in my 3-day forecast, you can see that tomorrow will be in the 70s and another gorgeous day. And then by Friday, we have mostly cloudy skies. I didn't put the icon for rain in because it will be later in the evening, but we will have some isolated showers due to that cold front moving through. And then by Saturday, with that cold front moving through, we will have temperatures only reaching 59 degrees, very fall-like conditions. Brian's up next with sports.
Do you think you'd notice if you were missing half of your money, or half of your friends, your better half, your half and half? What if you were missing half of your kidney function? You'd think you'd notice, but you could have chronic kidney disease right now and not even know it. According to the National Kidney Foundation, 20 million people have chronic kidney disease, and 20 million more may be at risk and not even know it. Chronic kidney disease is a growing epidemic. Anyone with high blood pressure, diabetes, or a family history of chronic kidney disease is at risk. Certain ethnic groups are at an even higher risk. Early diagnosis and treatment of this disease and its complications are vitally important. To get the whole story on chronic kidney disease, talk to your doctor and visit the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org or call 1-800-622-9010 for a free brochure. Because when it comes to chronic kidney disease, you might not know the half of it.
That's right, sports fans. I'm Brian Vale, and I'm back with coverage of all AU sports. We've got football, volleyball, tennis, golf, soccer, cross country, anything with an Eagle involved. Let's start with the football team. The Eagles hosted top-ranked Grand Valley State Saturday night, but the game was declared a no contest midway through the second quarter due to lightning and rain at Community Stadium. The Lakers were ahead 14-6 with 7:22 left in the first half. The game will not be rescheduled. AU did win their first game, beating Saginaw Valley 32-27 on September 1st. And Ashland now travels to Hillsdale this weekend for a 2:30 game with the Chargers. Hillsdale has the league's highest scoring offense to this point in the season. The AU volleyball team is among the nation's very best, having won 11 of their first 12 matches this season. They're currently ranked 9th in the country in Division II. The Lady Eagles won all 4 of their matches in the AU Invitational last weekend, beating Lock Haven, Kentucky Wesleyan, Wheeling Jesuit, and Bellarmine. They'll begin GLIAC play this weekend as they host Gannon Friday and Mercyhurst Saturday at Cates Gymnasium. The women's soccer team is off to a 2-1 start on their season. They played to a scoreless tie with Northern Michigan September 7th and then lost 3-2 to Wheeling Jesuit on Sunday. They will travel to Northern Kentucky for their next game Friday, and they host St. Joseph's a week from today. The men's soccer team has struggled to start the year as they are 0-5-1 in 2007. They've showed more offensive punch in their last 3 games, scoring 4 goals, including a tie last night against Findlay. They go to Northern Kentucky for a Friday night game in their next action. The golf team had their first tournament of the season last weekend, and 2 Eagles finished in the top 10. In the Northwood Invitational, Chris Bacon took 3rd place, while senior Chris Robertson placed in a tie for 4th. The team finished 5th in the 6-team event. The men will play in the Ferris State Invitational this weekend. The Eagle tennis team is off to a fantastic start, having won all 3 of their matches this season. Last weekend, they went to Lake Superior State and Michigan Tech, winning both league matches. Yesterday, they beat Tiffin in the Eagles' home opener 9-0, and the 2 GLIAC wins are more than they had in all of the 2006 season. Against Tiffin yesterday, AU won all 9 matches as freshman Myra Pepino continued her stellar play with a straight set win. And finally, the cross-country teams got their seasons underway August 31st at the Kent State Relays. For the women, Becky Yoder placed best, taking 7th place, and on the men's side, it was senior Brandon Bauer leading the way with a 9th place finish. The teams will next compete Saturday at the Mel Brott Invitational at Bowling Green. That's all I have this week. We'll be right back with Brittany Lee for your entertainment news.
Sometimes you feel tired. You can't seem to lose those extra pounds off your midsection. And your joints hurt when you take the stairs? Well, you're getting older. But I'm happy to say that there's some simple things we can do to keep you happy and healthy for years to come. We can also lower your risk for some serious diseases the older population is often subject to. Proper nutrition is more important than ever. Your body has changed, you know. Not as many treats. A basic exercise plan, lots of walks and fresh air, and most importantly, come and see me for twice-yearly checkups to help ensure the best possible quality of life. Now, how does that sound? Good boy.
Improve the quality of life for your elderly pet. Schedule twice-yearly checkups that include preventive care and regular lab work. A message from the veterinary members of the American Animal Hospital Association.
In entertainment news, MTV held its annual Video Music Awards, which were broadcast live from Las Vegas Sunday night. The night included performances by Chris Brown, Rihanna, 50 Cent, and Fall Out Boy. The most anticipated performance of the evening was by former pop princess Britney Spears. Spears attempted to make a comeback at this year's VMAs, singing her newly released single, Give Me More. However, the comeback failed as the performance turned sour. Sources such as the Daily News and the New York Times have described the performance as glassy-eyed and awful, with Spears having an expression of a rabbit caught in the headlines. In music news, it was a big week for the music industry as country star Kenny Chesney and hip-hop rivals Kanye West and 50 Cent all released new albums on Tuesday. And in local entertainment, next week marks the beginning of the Ashland County Fair. This year's performances include Ricky Skaggs and the Kentucky Thunder on Tuesday night, and former American Idol finalist Josh Grayson on Wednesday night. Tickets for this event can be purchased by calling 419-281-6831. And that's all for this week's entertainment news. Now back to Kansas and Rana.
Thanks, Brittany. Well, this morning, Ashland University's convocation was much more special than usual. Faculty and students gathered in the Jack and Deb Miller Chapel to witness the induction of the new provost. University President Fred Finks encouraged the campus to embrace this new level of leadership. New Provost Frank Pettigrew received a medal symbolizing his leadership role. Pettigrew is looking forward to getting to know Ashland's faculty and students, and he also wishes them the best of luck this semester.
Ashland University will be hosting a blood drive on September 19 in Redwood Hall. The drive will go from noon until 6 p.m. Appointments are preferred, however, walk-ins are welcome. To make an appointment, visit the Student Activities Office in the Student Center.
Attention new students, Ashland's Panhell and Interfraternity Council is sponsoring a Greek Info Night in Upper Convo tonight at 9:30 p.m. You can meet and get to know the sororities and fraternities here on campus. Recruitment starts September 17th through the 23rd. You can sign up for recruitment tonight or contact the Greek Affairs office in the Student Center.
Ashland has some fun-filled activities this weekend. CAB is sponsoring Grocery Bingo in Redwood at 9 p.m. Saturday, Tech crew is showing Wind Chill for movie night at 9 p.m. in the Student Center. Also, don't forget Ashland County Fair begins Sunday. Check out the animals of your favorite fair food.
You going to make it out to the fair this time?
Yes.
Yes?
Sure.
What's your favorite fair food?
It's new for me now, so I'm going to explore what's going on there.
Try the funnel cakes.
Yeah, what are you going to do this weekend?
I will be. Well, I'll be heading out to the fair at some point, and I will be in rehearsal most of the time for Expecting Isabel, the upcoming theater production. So, well, that about does it for tonight's edition of Ashland Tonight News. We would just like to thank our wonderful TV2 crew. And if you are interested in helping out with Ashland's TV station, you can email TV2 at tv2@ashland.edu.
That's right, and don't forget to join us next week. We'll be broadcasting live from the fair on Wednesday at 5.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.